On October 15th, I learned that some secrets are worth more than silence. My name is Daniel. I'm 42 years old. I install HVAC systems for a living. I'm not a writer, I'm not a storyteller, and I'm definitely not the kind of guy who enjoys being the center of attention. But 3 weeks ago, at my wife's company gala, I became the center of attention for about 47 seconds. And in those 47 seconds, I did something that changed everything. I told the truth. The gala was at the Grand Riverside Hotel. Crystal chandeliers, 5-course dinner. A string quartet playing something that probably cost more than my first car. Vanessa, my wife, had been promoted to regional director. This was her night. She was the woman of the hour. That's what they kept saying. That's what her boss kept saying. Her boss, Marcus, the man who had written her a note 6 months earlier. The note I found in her coat pocket. The note that said, and I quote, "Can't wait to celebrate you properly." I'm not here to make myself look like a hero. I'm not here for revenge porn or sympathy votes. I'm here because I've learned something about secrets. They don't stay buried. They grow. They get heavier, and eventually, if you're lucky, you get a chance to put them down. This is the story of the night I put mine down. In front of 200 people, with a glass of warm champagne and a smile on my face. Let me back up. Vanessa and I met 13 years ago. She was working at a bank. I was installing their new HVAC system. Cliché, right? The repairman and the banker. But it worked. We worked. We got married. Had 2 kids, Iv 7, Lily is 4. Bought a house in the suburbs. The whole picture, and for a long time, I believed in the picture. Vanessa is ambitious. I knew that when I married her. She works in corporate finance. High pressure, long hours, late nights. I handled the home front, the school runs, the parent-teacher conferences, the bedtime stories. It worked for us. About a year ago, things started shifting. Nothing dramatic, just small things. She was working later. Her phone was always face down on the counter. She'd smile at texts, then look up and see me watching, and the smile would vanish. I'm not stupid. I know what the signs look like. But I'm also not the guy who accuses without proof. So I waited. I watched, and I told myself I was being paranoid. Her boss, Marcus, was mentioned a lot. Marcus needs this report. Marcus loved my presentation. Marcus says I'm on track for director. I didn't think much of it. Boss's mentor, that's normal. Then she went to Chicago, a conference, 3 days. She came back energized, talkative, full of stories about the deals she closed, the clients she impressed. I was happy for her, genuinely. I wanted her to succeed. I wanted us to succeed. A week after she got back, I needed a stamp. Her coat was hanging by the door. I reached into the pocket. I felt paper. I pulled it out. It was a receipt. From a restaurant in Chicago, date the night of the conference. Amount $487. And at the bottom, handwritten in the tip line, "Can't wait to celebrate you properly. M." That's the thing about proof. Once you have it, you can't unsee it. Everything becomes evidence. Every late night, every work trip, every time she said, "I'm just tired, honey." It all rearranges itself into a story you never wanted to read. I didn't confront her, not right away. I know how these stories go. She'd deny it. She'd gaslight me. She'd make me the bad guy. I needed more. I needed to be sure. And I needed to decide what I was going to do with the truth once I had it. I started paying attention. Really paying attention. The way she said his name. The way she dressed for work events. The way she'd come home and immediately shower. I became a detective in my own marriage. And let me tell you something, that's a lonely place to live. Then the Gala Invitation arrived. Vanessa was being honored regional director. Big promotion, big night, and Marcus would be there. She was so happy, so excited. And I stood there, holding that receipt in my pocket. I'd started carrying it with me, and I smiled and said I wouldn't miss it. I looked at that invitation, and I knew this was where it would happen. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I knew that night would change everything. The weeks leading up to the gala were strange. I went through the motions, helped Vanessa pick her dress. She chose emerald green, stunning, the kind of dress that makes people stare. She asked me if I liked it. I said yes, I meant it. She was beautiful. She's always been beautiful. Beautiful doesn't mean faithful. I learned that. The night of the gala, Vanessa was electric. 3 hours getting ready. Hair, makeup, dress, jewelry. She looked in the mirror and saw the woman she'd always wanted to become. I watched her and I wondered, is this for me? Or is this for him? Then I looked at myself. Tuxedo, shined shoes. The supportive husband, and I thought, tonight, you're either going to be the punchline or the punch. The Grand Riverside was everything you'd imagine. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, waiters in white gloves carrying trays of champagne. It was the kind of night where nothing could possibly go wrong. Unless you knew what I knew, Vanessa was immediately swept away. Colleagues, friends, executives wanting to congratulate her. She ate it up, and she deserved to. She'd worked hard. I'm not here to take that away from her. I stood at the bar, ordered a drink, didn't touch it. Just held it, watched. Then I saw him, Marcus, walking toward her with 2 glasses of champagne. Marcus is 53, married for 15 years, 3 kids. His wife, Eleanor, was there that night. Lovely woman, kind face, pearl necklace. The whole time I'd been watching Vanessa, Eleanor had been watching Marcus. She had no idea, none. She looked at him the way I used to look at Vanessa, like he was her whole world. I saw it that fraction of a second, the way her fingers curled around the glass, the way he looked at her. Not the way you look at your employee, the way you look at someone you can't wait to be alone with. Dinner was interminable, course after course. Speeches about quarterly earnings, awards for sales targets. Vanessa squeezed my hand under the table. She was nervous, excited. I squeezed back. I'd taken my ring off that morning. Didn't plan it, just did it, put it in my pocket. felt lighter. Chicago, the word hit me like a punch. I felt the receipt in my pocket, could almost feel the ink of his handwriting burning through the paper. "Work wife," she said, "work wife." And I sat there, holding the receipt in my pocket, watching her husband stare at my wife across the table. But that moment when Eleanor said work wife, something clicked. I realized she was about to have her world destroyed too. She just didn't know it yet, and I had a choice. I could let it happen quietly, privately, the way these things usually happen. Or I didn't know what I was going to do, not yet. But I knew I wasn't going to stay silent. Then it happened. The moment I'd been waiting for, dreading for 6 months. Marcus stood up, tapped his glass. The room went quiet. 200 people, holding their champagne, waiting. The woman of the hour. He said it like it was his line, like he'd coined it, like she belonged to him. He talked about her like he owned her, and the whole room bought it. They saw a boss honoring his employee. I saw a man claiming territory. Glasses rose all around me, 200 arms. 200 flutes, catching the light, toasting my wife, toasting her success, toasting her. Everyone drank. Everyone but me. I stood up. I hadn't planned it. I didn't have a speech ready. I just stood, and the room went silent. She grabbed my arm, whispered for me to sit down. I didn't. I couldn't. Not anymore. I saw his face change. Just slightly. The confidence flickering. He knew something was wrong. He just didn't know what. "You know, Marcus, I've been carrying something for 6 months. Thought you might want to see it. Chicago. The conference. The dinner. $487. And at the bottom your handwriting, can't wait to celebrate you properly." I'm not here to embarrass anyone. I'm not here for drama. I'm here because I've spent 6 months carrying this secret, and I'm done. I'm done protecting people who didn't protect me. I'm sorry you're finding out this way. You didn't deserve this. She didn't say a word. She just left. And in that moment, I knew I'd done the right thing. Not for me, for her. She deserved to know. Marcus called after her. She didn't stop. She just kept walking. And I watched her go, and I thought, that could have been me. That was me. For 6 months. I sat down, picked up my glass, the one I'd been holding all night, and I finally drank. The champagne was warm, flat. It was the best thing I'd ever tasted. I walked through that ballroom, and the crowd parted like water. 200 people staring, whispering. I didn't look at any of them. I just kept walking. Outside, I took my first real breath in 6 months. The air was cold, the city was loud, and I felt light. For the first time in half a year, I felt light. I took off that tie, the one I'd put on to play the supportive husband, and I left it in my pocket. A souvenir, a reminder. I didn't know what would happen next. I didn't know if my marriage would survive. Spoiler, it didn't. I didn't know if Marcus would lose his job. He did. I didn't know if Eleanor would be okay. Hope she is. But I knew one thing for certain. I would never carry someone else's secret again. Never. Not for love. Not for comfort. Not for anything. It's been 3 weeks. Marcus was fired within 5 days. Corpora didn't appreciate the scandal. His wife filed for divorce. I haven't spoken to him since that night. Vanessa moved out last week. The kids are with me. They're confused. They're sad. They'll be okay. Kids are resilient. They get it from me. My son asked me the other day if Mummy was coming home. I told him the truth. I said, Mummy loves you very much, and she always will, but home looks different now. He nodded. He's 7. He understood more than I gave him credit for. Kids always do. People keep asking me if I regret it, if I wish I'd handled it differently. Privately, with dignity. Dignity. That's what they call it when you let someone betray you quietly, so everyone else stays comfortable. I was comfortable for 8 years. Vanessa was comfortable. Marcus was comfortable. Comfortable doesn't mean right. It just means quiet. Someone asked me recently if I felt satisfied. If exposing them made me feel better, I don't feel satisfied. I feel lighter. There's a difference. Satisfaction is for people who get what they want. Lightness is for people who put down what they've been carrying. I carried that receipt for 6 months. I carried her lies for 6 months. I carried his handwriting in my pocket every single day. Now my hands are empty. I'm not telling this story because I think I'm a hero. I'm not. I'm just a guy who got tired of carrying something that wasn't his to carry. But if you're watching this and you're carrying something heavy, a secret, a suspicion, a truth you're afraid to speak, ask yourself one question: how much longer can your hands hold it? Because eventually you'll have to put it down. The question is whether you put it down or it crushes you. To me, I put it down at a gala in front of 200 people with a glass of warm champagne and a receipt that had lived in my pocket for half a year. But it was mine. The truth set me free. Subscribe for more true stories.